I'm Tim Salviti with Insomniac Games. I'm senior community developer with Stormland. Stormland is an action-adventure game built for VR. The idea is that it's all about free-flow traversal, climbing, gliding, walking around, as well as precision combat and the sense of wonder and exploration that you would get in an action-adventure game. So in Stormland, you're on a alien world that used to have humans there, but they're all gone and you don't know why. You're an android gardener and you're colonizing this world. But something happens with this force called the Tempest, and basically your world turns to ruin and you wake up. You don't know why you wake up. You don't know where all your friends are. And the idea is you're trying to figure this out. You're trying to build yourself up, to figure out, to explore the Stormland and take on the Tempest and figure out what happened to your friends, what happened to the world, why are all the humans gone, all that stuff. So the inspiration for Stormland sort of started from one of our lead designers was in an airplane looking out over the clouds, and they're like, I just want to go out there. I just want to like skate across the clouds, right? So a long time ago, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, we started coming up with this idea of a game where you could play and fly across the clouds. As we started working with Oculus on our earlier titles, Edge of Nowhere, Feral Rights, and Unspoken, we kind of started getting these pieces together about maybe this would work in VR. And when we realized that the Rift could do the movement that we wanted to do in VR, we thought it was a perfect opportunity to blend that older idea to a more modern technology. The game is meant to be played either solo or co-op. We'll have more on co-op soon. But it's meant to be played not only just through a story, but once you get to the end of the story, that's not really the end of Stormland. The idea is once you get through that story, you're almost learning how to play the game to a point, so then it opens up, and the idea is the Tempest will come in and shift the Stormland, and it'll completely change on you. So every time you come back after each cycle, the islands will be different, the biomes will be different, enemy setups will be different, they'll be doing new things to find, new loot, new places to explore. So the idea is you can keep playing it over and over again and continue building up your character and progressing through the world without having to just constantly play through the same story over and over again. So we're not showing off a ton of the progression right now, but the idea is you will be able to mod yourself, build yourself up. You'll be finding stuff throughout the world that'll help you, collecting things that'll help you build yourself up. You can craft new arms in the game. I believe there's one in the demo that you're playing today, but there'll be multiple arms you'll be able to build up. For example, one will be like a shield, one will be like an electricity arm. The weapons all will have upgrades to each of the weapons. You'll be able to get and collect new weapons and upgrades along the way. But the idea is that once the Stormland shifts, you kind of take your progression and build it up beyond that tier that you first build it up to. So you'll build it up, you'll hit that shift, and then you'll kind of come back down a little bit, but you'll keep some of that and keep building it back up to finally take on the final challenges of the game. And like I said, we'll talk more about what that end game challenge is in coming months. But the combat, in VR it's awesome because you're holding the guns, you're walking around, you're shooting, you're ducking out of stuff, you can catch grenades and stuff in the air. But that's kind of like fairly standard. What I think separates Stormland and what makes it really, really cool is the traversal, the storm sliding, the slipstream, across the clouds, the climbing up the walls. You'll be able to upgrade yourself to go much faster up the walls and go over a cliff, dive off, hit the clouds, shoot the clouds, create a ramp and launch yourself back up onto another wall or area that maybe there's something up there that you see. Just that thrill of movement in VR is just amazing, and I don't think any other game that I've played so far has felt like that. The traversal is something that's important to us. In the past, people would be like, oh, Insomniac's known for crazy weapons. And we feel like we're still kind of known for crazy weapons, but since Sunset, Spider-Man, all those games, we've come to love the thrill of moving through the world. And with this game in VR, it was the same way. And we took a lot of what we learned from Sunset and even implemented that into Spider-Man and now Stormland. But yeah, I feel like there is a little bit of a shift where a lot of our games are more about the thrill of traversal. For us, it's about just making a fun game and what makes a game fun. And for us, right now, it's about that traversal and that free flow movement. And it made sense for Spider-Man, it made sense for Sunset, and it definitely makes sense for Stormland because we wanted to create this new locomotion that you haven't felt in VR before. So this is Stormland, and it's coming 2019 to Oculus Rift and Rift S, so the Rift platform.